What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Medicom Toys Amazing Spider-Man Classic Costume Spider-Man. And so here we have the Mafex Classic Costume Spider-Man posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Spider-Man does come with two different head sculpts. We do get the head sculpt with the big eyes. Then we get a head sculpt with some slightly smaller eyes. He of course does come with a pair of fists, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of wall crawling hands, a pair of thwip hands, a pair of hands for holding his webs. Then we do get a pair of wall crawling hands with magnets, a pair of feet with magnets, and he does come with a variety of webs. We do have short web shooters, longer web shooters, a web shooter that he can hold in his hand, and then a web shooter that you can attach to a stand. Other than that, Spider-Man here doesn't come with anything else, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Spider-Man. And so here we have a closer look at Spider-Man, and Mafex has done a really good job with this Spider-Man. It looks very nice. Now, at first looks, it is the exact same figure that we got originally, and yes, they share the exact same mold. Everything about them is the same, with the exception of a few accessories. This one did come with an unmasked Peter Parker head. This one does not. But yeah, overall, same sculpt, same everything, but I think the paint apps on this one and the quality of plastic are much better than this original figure. Not saying that this was a bad figure and that the quality is bad. It's just saying that this is a much better figure in terms of quality. That the plastic feels better than this one, and this was a really nice feeling figure. This one just feels a little bit better. I might also be a little more partial to the brighter blue rather than the dark blue now. I might have enjoyed this one for what he was, and he's still a really solid figure, and I do like the metallic blue. But there's just something about the baby blue that we have on this Spider-Man that just screams classic, and I can't lie, I really do like it. Now, he doesn't have any of the same issues that we had with this original Spider-Man. For mine, for whatever reason, his arms have this like spring feature to them. They didn't want to sit straight. On this one, the arms kind of move around as you need them to. Now, this isn't the original figure that I got. I actually had to get his arm replaced because FedEx actually broke mine. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But Hobby Link Japan was able to send me a replacement arm, and it looks spectacular. He looks very clean. Absolutely loving this Spider-Man. The webs are painted. For the most part, they're done well. There are some areas that they could have painted a little bit better. But yeah, some are darker than the others. But overall, the paint apps on him are great. You can see the webs painted throughout it. Really do like the big spider right here, and then the small black spider there. Yeah, it's a really, really good looking figure, and like I said, the quality of plastic is very good. I absolutely love the way he came out. I really can't complain too much about the way the Spider-Man looks. I mean, it's probably the perfect looking Spider-Man, and it's really hard to argue that there is a better Spider-Man out there. I think Hasbro comes close, but yeah, overall, this might be the definitive the definitive Spider-Man, and Mafex has a tendency to make definitive characters, so yeah, this might be the last Spider-Man that I actually pick up, but we'll see how other Spider-Man compare to him in the future. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Spider-Man compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Spider-Man posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Mafex Classic Spider-Man posed next to the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows Spider-Man and the original Mafex Spider-Man. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Spider-Man's articulation. Now, Spider-Man does have a double ball joint here at the top of his head. You can see he does have a crooked ball joint, so you can have him have either better upwards movement or better downwards movement. I always like my Spider-Man being able to look up more than down, so I do have it situated that way, but it does work really nicely. We got some head tilt as well as left and right rotation. We have another ball joint here at the base of the neck, which does let him look down and look up even better. Just look at the bend on that. That looks fantastic. So head tilt works really good. Look at the range of motion on this Spider-Man. Really great. I do like the butterfly joints here. It's a ball joint going into a ball socket, so that does pivot forward all the way around. You can see it moves up and down. Then we have a ball socket connecting his shoulders, so that pivots up and down as well, forward and back. We get some really good range here on Spider-Man. That works really nicely. Arms do go out to the side. They go all the way around. They do have a bicep swivel. They have a double bend here at the elbow, working really nice. We have a swivel hinge here at the wrist, so that does move forward and back, or you can have it go up and down. We do have a double ball joint here at the torso, so that pivots forward and back, side to side, swivels nicely, crunches back and forth. Second ball joint here at the base of the waist, so that does go all the way around, goes back, forward, side, side, and rotates. Then we do have drop down hinges for the legs, which go down and swing up to about right there. They kick back only to about right there, swinging out, very impressive, and you can get full-on splits with this Spider-Man. A thigh swivel up high. We have a double bend here at the knee. No boot swivel, but we do have rotation here at his ankle, so that does move nicely, as well as a hinge which goes back and forward facing pin for rock your ankle. And then of course we do have a toe hinge. So overall, Spider-Man here has some pretty great articulation, and he can strike just about any Spider-Man pose you can think of, so I really do like that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Spider-Man pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Medicom Toys Mafex Classic Spider-Man pose for my final thoughts, and overall, really loving the color scheme on this figure. I absolutely love the brighter blues and the brighter reds on Spider-Man. For some reason, it makes this figure pop so much more than that old figure. There was nothing wrong with that old figure if you were a fan of the darker Spider-Man color scheme, which I am quite partial to, but there's just something about this color scheme that just screams perfect Spider-Man. And you know what? Mafex has done a really good job of giving us our definitive Superman Dark Knight figures. Maybe this is going to be your definitive Spider-Man in your collection, because this is a Spider-Man that feels like he was taken right off the comic book pages and put into plastic form. I really do love the way he came out. Now, when you pick up this figure, there are some things to note. His shoulders are actually backwards. His right shoulder is on his left side and his left shoulder is on his right side. It's a very easy fix. You just pop the shoulders out, pop the biceps off, which is surprisingly easy. I would use caution because the pegs are a little bit on the thin side, and applying too much force might break the joint. It's just easier just to heat up the joints a little bit and swap them out that way. As I said, when I originally got this figure, it came broken. FedEx actually threw the entire package over my fence, which is a really tall fence, and the way it landed, it probably broke Spider-Man, and thankfully Hobbylink Japan was able to send a replacement arm for Spider-Man. I absolutely like the fact that we got this Spider-Man in this color scheme. It looks really nice. An alternate Peter Parker head would have been nice, but I'm not going to complain because it's still a solid figure. And for the price point, it's very good. This Spider-Man will run you $60, which is about $10, $15, even $20 cheaper than most Mafex figures. He's actually on the cheaper side. You saw he came in a smaller box, and he did come out with Webhead, I don't know. I really wasn't looking forward to that character, but this character this was a Spider-Man suit that I really wanted to have, because it reminds me of this Spider-Man figure I had growing up that my grandfather gave me, and I really did love that Spider-Man figure, so having this in hand just brings back so many memories. If you are looking for this Spider-Man, he is still available on Hobbylink Japan, which is where I did pick mine up, for $60. Getting him imported around this time, you will pay maybe $15 for shipping, because they are having a shipping discount. So absolutely get on this Spider-Man. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, just the color scheme in general, this is a must-have figure. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Mafex and other Marvel videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.